The president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Ajaero, has returned to the Labour House after appearing at the office of the police intelligence response team in Abuja, following an earlier invitation by the police. The police had invited Mr. Ajaero last week for questioning over allegations of terrorism financing, treasonable felony, and cybercrime. The NLC, through its legal advisor, had, however, sought for a new date to honor the invitation. Today, lawyer to the NLC, Femi Falano, SCN, alongside Deji Adeyoju, arrived the Labour House and, together with the NLC president, drove to honor the police invitation. Speaking with newsmen at the Labour House, Mr. Ajaero says he has responded to the police and remains committed to the welfare of workers in the country. He thanked the Trade Union Congress and other support groups for their solidarity. Ahead today's appearance of the NLC, all national officers from its 54 affiliate unions were mobilized to accompany him there. This development was communicated in a circular signed by the General Secretary of the Union, Emmanuel Ogwaja, to all affiliate unions and state chapters.
We have to press for its implementation as soon as possible. Every other thing that will make the welfare of the Nigerian worker to be worthwhile will be involved in it. We will not listen to any distraction. On behalf of the NLC, NAC and NEC, and CWC, and the level of solidarity they showed here, I want to thank every one of you.
To correct the impression, what we had is quite different from what was contained in the invitation letter.
Wow!
So, but whichever that is the case, now that they have learned their lesson and correct themselves, we have taken it in that manner. So they said that the NLC president, they just want to ask him one or two questions in respect to the tenant that is here.
And earlier, our senior reporter, Ademola Lawrence, was on the news and had this update for us.
What they have on paper is different from what, of course, what was being speculated in the media. So while he was talking, he said that one of the tenants, of course, that actually rented one of the office here at the Labour's House was one that was actually alleged for terrorism. But of course, because the NLC, of course, is the landlord of the particular tenant, he has to be called, the NLC president has to be calling for questioning, and just 20 minutes it was back from the Ajaero office.
President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Ajaero, has described as honored the invitation of the police over allegation of terrorism financing. The Labour Party and the police have also the police had invited Mr. Ajaero last week for questioning over allegations of terrorism financing, treasonable felony, and cybercrime. The NLC, through its legal advisor, had, however, sought a new date to honor the invitation. Moving on, a chieftain of the Labour Party has described as unconstitutional the move by the NLC to protest the invitation of its president, Ajaero, by the Nigerian police. In a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Abayomi Arabambi, the Labour Party said the directives of the NLC to Nigerian workers over Ajaero's invitation by the police is an attempt to intimidate the president and a treasonable offence. The statement read in quote, Ajaero is an individual and was the one invited by the Nigerian police for questioning and not the Nigerian Labour Congress as an organization. Therefore, the NLC and their lawyer cannot use themselves to shield Ajaero from the investigation. It remains an allegation and everyone is expected to attend to any allegation. End of quote. Well, for more on this, Labour Party chieftain Abayomi Arabambi joins me on the news. It's good to have you join us on TVC News at 1. Dr. Arabambi, if you can hear me, you released a statement earlier which showed that the Labour Party was quite apprehensive of the Labour Congress actually mobilizing Nigerian workers to, for a personal invitation. But with what you have seen today, is there really any cause for concern?
Well, thank you very much. As far as we are concerned, when you don't have any skeleton in your cupboard, you will be seen to be doing the right thing at the right time. NLC today, with the current president, has this, mindset to cause confusions in the politics. In 2016, after he lost to Ayuba Agbara, he formed United Labour Congress using the same Nigerian Union of Electricity Employees as a tool to ask Dr. Chris, the Minister of Labour then, to deregister Nigerian Labour Congress. At that time also, he has came to be National Secretary of Labour Party. But with what is happening, I just saw now that he said he's committed to the workers' welfare. What is the business of workers? With him being invited, Section 36 of the Trade Union Act is very explicit. You can only go on strike once it affects the issue of welfare of workers. The same Ajaero, as I'm seeing on TV now with Ajaero and all those lawyers, you will know the antecedent. These are all the group of people looking to make Nigeria ungovernable. For reason bear known to them. Ajaero has never been a friend of unity in Nigeria. All they're interested since Atiku lost his election, and what Ajaero has been interested since Obi lost his election was to make Nigeria ungovernable. And because our party, we want to make a distinguished line between our party interest and Ajaero interest. And like I told Nigerians, he has told me once he wants to run for president on the altar.
Dr. Arabambi, if you can hear me, I'm hoping that you have, facts, to back some of these allegations that you have made.
During the end bad governance, you saw the Ajaero frolicking all around the whole world, asking that they should remove President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was in the media. Ajaero has invaded Labour Party Secretariat. The last one, he did it with canisters of tear gas. Ajaero rented over 25 buses. That was a civil servant, a junior officer.
Well, we'll have to, leave that for security agencies to determine if that is true or not. Of course, with the evidences that you have in place. But let's just stay on the issue at this time. Let's talk about the fate of the Labour Party as regards this. How is the Labour Party trying to distance itself just beyond just releasing or issuing a letter ahead of the meeting today?
That is the narrative I'm trying to explain. Ajaero has a motive to govern Nigeria via unconstitutional means. NLC as a body has no right to call out workers to march to the secretariat at the head office of Nigerian Police Force. This is an attempt to continue their intimidation against, Section 41 of the Criminal Code. That when you want to, whatever you do to intimidate the president of the country in order to overthrow or to cause breach of peace, to make that country ungovernable, it's treasonable. Why would you Ajaero invitation? That singular person invitation now amounted to you calling workers in 36 states to go through a procession that hoodlum can hijack, and they just want to cause issues. They want to make Nigeria ungovernable through that organization. And I put it to them, NLC, as far as Labour Party is concerned, we are distant. They are behaving like a political terrorist, which we do not like. We don't want them to spoil our party name. Tinubu has won his election. Let us prepare for 2027. But this man, just in the same vein, he wanted to remove Ayuba Agbara.
All right, Dr. Arabambi. So we are going to stay on this story. I'm hoping you can hear me. We're going to stay on this story to ascertain the true state of things. Labour Party Chieftain Abayomi Arabambi, thank you for joining us on TVC News at 1.